Hi, this is Cindy here now with your Monday Musings video, and today we're going to talk about making some simple and quick and easy Valentine cards. I'm all about quick and easy because I have a full-time job, plus I teach art online, and I'm a part owner of the Outlaw Women's Scrapbook Emporium online store. And I have a family. All my children are grown, but they still need me, and I have grandchildren, and on and on. So I'm always looking for something that I can just whip out quick. So I'm starting with Tim Holtz's seasonal stash, and he has full pages, and he also has some pages that are, you could use this as a full page in a scrapbook layout or even as a card, but also you can cut up these little squares and use them on tags and maybe behind some fragments or something like that. But what I was using today is the sheets that he has that are cut up into, or that are divided into four, kind of like I think it's maybe 6 by 6 squares, or it's 4 by 4. No, 6 by 6 squares. Yep. And when you use these, then you're not using a whole paper, and you're not cutting up like down the middle of something. And we also have nice shades on the back to use. So that's what I'm using today, is the quarter sheets, the 6 by 6 quarter sheets. And I took them and kind of cut them up a little bit, and this is what I have left of the pieces. So there's really not very much waste, and you could even use these as a border strip. I'm using some embossing ink, distress ink, even though it does it is an embossing ink itself, so you can use colors. I did use the clear embossing ink on one of my examples. I used some tea dye and and this is ice spruce from the Christmas collection, and this is aged mahogany, and I've got some others over here, fired brick and barn door, antique linen, Victorian velvet, just to play with. I've got my applicators with the foam brushes on them. I've got some, we'll get to that part later. I've got some clear embossing powder, and always the Tim Holtz scissors. I'm using my Fiskars stamp plate. I really like this. And I'm also using the Tim Holtz Valentine Silhouettes stamp set. Okay. And I've got this one, but I haven't used it yet so far. Well, I haven't used it in what we've done today, and it's the Love Struck Valentine set. So I'm going to set those over to the side. I got out some color wash, red pepper, but I don't know if I'm going to use it yet. Got out a couple of October afternoon buttons, and I kind of distressed that a little bit with the ice spruce, and this one with the tea dye, so that they're not so stark. And let's see what else. I got some burgundy ribbon, and I made a little charm by using one of Tim's little pins and some of his facets, and some other hearts that I had in my stash. So I made that. Okay, so first what I did was there we go, was distress around the edge of this cardstock with tea dye, and then I cut a smaller piece out of the collage, Valentine collage. Now if you wanted to use that, that would certainly work fine, and then you could put your ribbon and your charm on there. And that's a nice look. For this one, I took the collage stamp from the Valentine Silhouettes, and I stamped on it in with the clear embossing ink, and then I heat embossed it, and then I took the cherub stamp and I stamped it with aged mahogany. And after I had put the aged mahogany around the edges of this, and I think I put a little tea dye on there too, just to get a little browner, and I went over the embossing to just kind of bring it up. Then I stamped that right on top of it, and it brought up that embossing even more right where the stamp is, but yet it's sort of it's there and it's sort of muted. So, and then you can put this on here for a different look. And again, if you want to dress that up, you can put your ribbon and your charm right there as well. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I like that one. Okay, so then let's go over here. This one I used iced spruce on, and I used the same collage stamp and stamped on it, but I stamped on it in iced spruce this time, not the clear embossing ink, and I heated it and embossed it. And also you can see that there's a lot of embossing all around the card, so it's kind of like the whole card got embossed because all of the embossing powder didn't fall off, and I kind of like how that worked. And so there's one look for that. But let's take this and set it over top. Now let's pretend that that's not there, and all I did was distress the sides with the ink. So then if we put our ribbon back on, then we have a completely new look. So there's a whole other Valentine look that you can make. Okay? And then one more. And this is the Easter collage, but I liked this back side because it matched the iced spruce color. I'm going to go over these edges with the iced spruce. I've got just a piece of paper, computer paper here, because my craft sheet is kind of buried under some other stuff, and this nice cutting mat is really nice, but the ink gets on it and doesn't dry quickly enough, and then I end up getting it on the back of my card and making a mess. So I'm using just some paper that came out of my computer that I didn't need, and so I didn't throw it away. I just kind of stacked it on my printer, and then I just use it for times like this. Okay, so we've got that, and let's maybe make it a little bit, put a little brown on it. Let's try some antique linen on this, and I'm going to use my applicator that I had with the tea dye. So this just adds maybe another little dimension, a little bit of muting. This is called a toner color, and it takes out some of the brightness, but it also adds some age along that edge. So that's a nice addition, because this part of our card is also aged, has a vintage look. So let's also do antique linen around this edge. Now this was another one of the quarters from the page in the Valentine page in the seasonal stash, And all I did was cut it down. Here's the rest of it. So all I did was kind of cut it down. And you can see that even though it's vintage, adding that antique linen on it just really does add some color to it and some age. So even if you don't think that it looks like it's changing it a little bit, it really does add that extra little look to it, good look to it. Okay, so then you can put this. Let's put it on the back of here. Alright, we'll glue that down. Okay. And let's see what our ribbon looks like on here. I think maybe we could even do that. Oops, but I think I should have put it on before I glued it down. Okay. Anyway, this does look really nice. I like that. So, let's see if I used repositional glue or not. Yes, I did. Okay. Let's just go ahead and put that ribbon right in there. Alright. There we are. I like that look. It's very nice. I like the vintage charm hanging down. And then we can put this on this card that has been antiqued with tea dye for that look. Or you can come back here to the iced spruce card, and that's very nice. I think I like this even better. So here's a really nice vintage Valentine card. It's got some dimension with your charm on it. We could put this up on some score tape or some pop dots for some more dimension. And you know, there's one more little dimension that we could add into here. So we could add on a little bit of lace. Some beige crocheted lace. I think that would be pretty right here. Or you could even bring it here. We could take off the ribbon and use the lace. I think that adds a nice dimension. And doesn't you know, it's vintage and it gives just a little bit different look. And you can always use your charm without your ribbon. You could always pin that or use one of the paper clips to hold it on. That's a whole other look right there too. So use your imagination, use your creativity, and really quick and easy. And you can get all of these looks from just a couple of simple ideas and a couple of pages in the stash. So we've got that, we've got that. You can also do this right here. You could use, if you want a little brighter look, we could use a little brighter red, but that's a little bit too bright. So, or maybe you can, yeah, that's bright too. Okay, so the red wash, we could, let's see if we can use that. Okay. I'm going to spray it in the air and then just kind of wave the card into it. Okay. And let's dry that off a little bit. And we have more. We have one more layer. I think that could work pretty well. Okay. Let's try it with over here. No, I don't like that so much. I think it looks better with the red. I'm going to put that one there and this one here. And I hope that you have a good time making some Valentine cards. Not too much time, Not too much materials, and they look like you've really worked on them for a while. Okay, I'll see you next week.